little something different coming in on y'all today.
Man. Come on now.
That's what we're talking about, man. We coming in.
About it.
So, like I said, as always, that don't change how we coming in. We talking about the people who believe in us. This is the All-in-One Show, sponsored by South Main Sushi, sponsored by Isabella's Pizza, sponsored by Kingdom Unlimited. Those are the people who believe in us.
Come on.
Yo, so today's show, you tuning in on this Saturday, we are talking about universal blackness.
Come on.
Universal blackness, yo. So we gonna get into some more different type of music.
Yeah.
And then we gonna come on back and talk about universal blackness. Universal blackness. If you didn't catch us when we was coming in on the earlier show, that's what the topic is going to be. We talking about today, universal blackness. So, B.A., why don't you kick off for us, man? Tell me what we mean when we say universal blackness.
Well,
what we talking about when we say that.
To piggyback a little bit off of, what we talked about last week, with Martin Luther King, and where would we be today if he was here? What would he feel like? That dream was born from the fact that he had an understanding that there was no limitation to what black is. That's why he was able to dream as big as he did, because he saw us in our fullness. And I think that along the way, we've been put under certain pressures and misguided in certain ways. I would say certain information has led us to believe that certain things that exist just isn't black. For example, sometimes we have that stereotype in our own community sometimes where people feel like if you speak a little too proper, you're talking white and things of that nature. But we go back in the history books and talk about the Moors teaching people how to bathe themselves and speak properly in certain ways. This was things that are us and of us and has always been. So universally black is just essentially saying that there is no limitation to what black is. We are bigger than the rap songs. We bigger than the sagging pants and the Jordans and anything else stereotypically they try to put us in a box in. We just like the universe above, baby. We are just as vast and as wide as that. And you cannot put a cap on what black is.
And for sure, well spoken. I like the way you say that. And like I said, taking it back to where you were saying the talk white, speak white type thing. Yeah, I spent a lot of time up in the northern, right there on that Mason-Dixon line, Virginia Beach, Washington, D.C. area, Maryland, and then coming down here to Memphis.
Yeah.
I've heard that more times than you can know.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And this was a good show I really liked because I wanted to get to a point to where we get out, man, there's many different forms of black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
It's black cowboys. It's black, especially now.
And see,
black is into so much.
It's so much, and that's where they had the truth right in front of your face, because the term cowboy came from them trying to be derogatory because they used to call black men boys back in the day. So the term cowboy itself is actually a natural reference to black and brown people, because we were the cowboys. White people that did it, they used to call them cow hands. You know what I'm saying? But once, we, of course, like everything we do, we take something and we just, go right back into our core and our source, you know what I'm saying, just tied into Mother Earth. And we just make things, like I said last week, sometimes people think we like poverty because we make it look so cool. You know what I'm saying? But we take the scraps and the crumbs people give us and we turn that into a loaf of bread. We, just make amazing things happen. And it's not because we were just, just trying to do stuff all willy-nilly, just we tapped into the source, man. We really are locked in on who we are in a lot of ways. And sometimes we don't even know it. For even examples of people that, they might say, oh, this guy got all these tattoos on his face and he walking around, he's a quote unquote thug, but we got African tribes that do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times our culture comes forward out in us and we don't even recognize where that comes from. They can look at twerking and saying, wow, they just dancing and shaking their butt, but that's African dance. That's back to our roots. That's where these things come from. And it comes out of us in a lot of ways that we have been miseducated on now. Yeah. And it's been turned into something that is really not, you know what I'm saying? But it's all back to the roots, man, of who we are, and we're innovators, we're creators, of culture in all aspects, man. That's just who we are, That's why nothing seems to thrive in a sense until we get our hands on it,
It can seem like that.
It just seems like it, It seems like we might not monetize it because of certain, structures.
And again, that's the problem I have. Like I said, on the other side of the coin, I think being the brother who, because like I said, no matter how many of my people I encountered and how many times you told me I talked or acted white, that's not how white folks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm still getting a hard R over there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Still getting a hard R.
Definitely.
So I'm like, okay, it puts you in a place to where you have to. You do what you like.
Yeah.
And now at that point, you stop worrying about if it's black.
Yeah.
And we kind of need to all adopt that attitude.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. It's an attitude I've had for years. I've had to. And I'm not speaking as like, oh, I know what we need to do. But I think it would be a better attitude if we started just, stop categorizing stuff as white or black.
Yeah.
You start limiting yourself when you do that. When
Yeah.
you start saying, oh, only Mexican people do that, only Chinese people do that. I hear you. If you see something like, I've only seen, a person of certain kind of origin do that. You know what I'm saying? I get you. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? And you got to understand, they look at us the same way, and it's not all negative.
No.
It's not all negative.
No.
That's what you hear all the time. There are people who look at black people in a positive light. Well, man, they can hold together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though when you get internally into black folks, we have a problem with that. But for the most, some people will laud the fact that we can withstand pressure and do things. I just need us to get to a point to where we do that en route to.
Yeah, en route to.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stop just enduring stuff to be enduring it.
Yeah.
It's time now to, I went through this to get here.
Right.
And everybody don't have to know about that.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, back to universally black, we're into everything. And you'd be amazed. Salsa music, the African origin.
Yep.
The banjo, it's an African instrument.
I mean, it all comes martial arts was born from an African dance. It was
I gotta push back on that one.
It was born. I mean,
there's an African root of martial arts,
right? And
for sure.
That's where it started from. That's like the.
That's where I gotta push back. I've been over there.
Okay, well, if you got something, because I got something for you. I got something for you.
I feel you. My like I said, from being there, the whole structure where I got is martial arts was Chinese in origin. And it was fighting styles used that originally was used with rakes, shovels, and stuff like that.
Right.
As a way to fight off the Japanese that were invading their lands.
Now, this is where I'm gonna pull that card.
Okay,
go a little forward. So go back to the earliest origins of where the people of China come from. If you go into the hillsides of China in Asia, you see all these ancient tribes out there. Mm-hmm. They look like the ancestors, and they are the ancestors of some of the southern parts and eastern parts, if I'm not mistaken, of Africa that long ago traveled and moved and migrated up there. Now, where this ties back into the African culture being the foundation of martial arts was that there was a dance that they used to do way back in those times. And they did the dance so much, it was like muscle memory. So there was a point in time that they were being invaded. Mm-hmm. And when the people started invading their land, out of just natural muscle memory and reflex, they were motioning in movements stressed out, but they were doing motions of the dance.
Gotcha.
In the midst of doing the motions of the dance, they were actually defending themselves. Mm-hmm. And in the midst of that, that's like the sprinkle of where martial arts started from. But it all came back to us because the first people of Asia are black. That's just the facts. That's just the facts, man. We are the black people of Asia are the first, and that's how we get the whitewashing, if you will, of where we see a lot more fair, pale skin people in the Asian community now. But that's not the actual source of where that came from. That's just what is broadcasted and what we see today. But that is not the foundation at all. I wish I had the clip, man. Michael J. White broke it down even deeper. About the African people that started martial arts and really basically laid that foundation down, and it became what we know today. You know what I'm saying? But it all came back, and it started with us, man. It always does. If you dig deep enough, you're going to find a root origin. That's got some melanation on it, man. And it's not to try to, try to sideswipe or push anything else back. It's just the facts of what it is. It's not that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's where it all comes from, though, man. But we look at it and well, that's just the Chinese thing. That's just, why do you think that there are so many trends now? Me being in the barber industry, there's a huge trend right now that's been going on for the past 7 to 10 years of a lot of Chinese and Japanese people imitating. We go to K-pop, which is based off of black music. You know what I'm saying? But nobody wants to put that notion on there and give it its actual credit. But they're, switching their hairstyles up a lot more, going through different chemical processes to make their hair look kinky. So they can rock sponge looks like we rock naturally, you know, and all the other different hairstyles that we wear, you know, clothing wise, all of these things. And I always see stuff like this, and I don't necessarily get offended by it. I just look at it as a way of people trying to tap back into their roots, because the sad part is a lot more people know the true history of us outside of us. And we've lost a sense of that.
I can come.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody kind of really knows what's really going on with us, and that's why they gravitate to us the way that they do. When people move over here from other countries, they can say what they want to, even if they have prejudice, malice, or, you know, racist energy in their hearts. Where do they set up shop at? Where do they put their businesses? Who do they broadcast and advertise to the most? They come to us. They come to a source to get tapped in, so that they can take what they need from it and then move however they want. Go do their own thing. But they always seek the source. They're going to seek the source out, man, because it all starts here, man, every time.
I'm one of those people who kind of pushes back a little bit on the whole African thing. I think it's cool to be able to trace stuff back and all that type of stuff, but I'm not big on from the ancestors. I'm not big. I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. I'm real big on my grandfather sweat and died here.
Yeah.
My daddy sweat and died here. Everything that moves here moves off of the backs of the people that look like me.
Yeah.
So here, we gonna wring this out like a wet rag. Yeah. I'm gonna need all that here. You know what I'm saying? I'm about black culture here in the Americas.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I have nothing against people wanting to retrace their roots and getting back to what they find out they are and whatnot. Bro, that's cool. Do what you can do. But you know what? I'm just gonna trace it back to my granddaddy, because I can see him.
Oh yeah.
And bruh, people want to talk about, stuff happened 400 years ago. I'm not trying to bring up old dirt, but bruh, the slaves got free in 1864. It's 2025. Math that up.
26.
It ain't. Sorry, 26. I apologize. 2026 now. Forgive me. Math that up. That ain't 400 years.
Nah.
It's a great grandmama ago.
Yeah.
It's still people in select families
definitely
that have people who were over 100 that can tell you about a different time.
Oh, for sure.
1965 and all the 1960s and the civil rights, that wasn't even barely 100 ago.
Nah, none of that. Yeah, that's right around the corner, man. It's right there.
So cool, you know what I'm saying? If I understand what you're saying, let's get past it and move forward. I'm with that, but don't sell me on, oh man, that happened so long ago. No, it didn't just happen so long ago.
Not at all. Not at all.
And if y'all want to be honest, I can go back to 2020 when cops was popping us.
Yeah.
But those are uncomfortable conversations. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But like I said, I just we went down a pathway. But like I said, basically what we talking about is universal black. And my brother here has been establishing that we originated a lot of things, and it gets down the road where other people adopt it, and then it becomes theirs, and it gets labeled as theirs. You know what I'm saying? This is what I want you to break down, because this one really got me.
Yeah.
Break down the hockey. You got to break down the hockey. This is crazy.
Yeah, man. Hockey actually started with a group of brothers up in Canada. You know, if you follow back, you know, there were colonies, if you will, and towns and communities of black people that, you know, from the, you know, Underground Railroad, shout out to Harriet Tubman, you know what I'm saying, that started up in Canada. And up there, the first actual official hockey league was a Negro hockey league in Canada. And they were doing
colored hockey league,
man. And they were doing things that nobody had ever seen before.
When you read it as far as inventing, they say no, they can't say that. What they can credit them with was the style of the way that hockey played originated with this hockey league.
Slap shots.
Slapshot came from this league.
Yeah,
Butterfly
league,
goalie came from
all
this
this,
league. The things that are functional or foundational type things in this league, as far as the style of the way they play and how it goes along, came out of the colored hockey league. You can look that up.
Yeah, man.
Ain't nobody gonna read a lot to you.
Nah, they were bad, man.
It's called the Colored Hockey League, Nova Scotia.
Yeah, man. First black player
Look it
drafted in the NHL was a brother by the name of Willie O'Reed, drafted by the Boston Bruins.
That's a head scratcher.
Yeah.
Because Boston don't have Boston don't have a reputation of inclusivity.
It don't not necessarily,
It's a little
but that's,
divided.
that's like the oxymoron of America itself, because we have all these places where these energies exist, and then also these same places where so much progress happens in certain factions and functions. But it's just, that's just how it is, man. Sadly, that's just what it is. But yeah, Willie O'Reed was the first one, man. Came into the league and did his thing and set and broke the ground, in a lot of ways, the Jackie Robinson of his sport, in a lot of ways, man. Just broke a lot of ground and changed the game forever, but it, like you said, it's deep, but also, going back to where we started, very much so. Imagine young kids, black kids that have had an affinity for hockey. I'm watching it, but most of their friends, you think about black athletes, you think football, you think basketball. Used to be baseball. Well, we still out there in baseball as well. Shout out to all the black baseball players.
I remember in the 90s, it was skateboarding. There was a lot of us that was into it, but it wasn't a lot of us that was saying we were into it. You know what I'm saying?
It was happening.
Yeah.
It was happening,
Yeah, I still skate, by the way. Come pull my card anytime you want to. They got me playing with the stuff I'm saying, man. Got the three boards. Yeah, I got 3 different types of boards. Yeah.
Imagine how different the NHL would be, though, if we had, like, LeBron.
a skating LeBron. A skating LeBron is crazy.
It's wild.
A skating LeBron.
Imagine
a skating LeBron.
LeBron versus Patrick Mahomes on the ice.
That would be crazy.
Crazy work.
Do you know how mad they would be, though? I'm just keeping it 100.
They'd be upset. But hold on. Well, take that back, because in this alternate universe, they wouldn't have had the opportunity to be upset, because we would have been running it for a long time.
In this multiverse.
Thanos snapped his fingers.
We were skating around.
We've been doing it, but in real time, we had been doing it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
We had been doing it. Things that, like I said, we've already been innovators in so many ways, man. And just, like I said, those when you have those energies, anybody listening right now, man, especially my brothers and sisters out there, whatever you feel like is that weird thing that you're like, I don't know, or you scared to jump into that because you're afraid of what,
there we go.
Anybody, whether it's somebody that looks like you or don't look like you.
Tell them about it.
Do the thing, because that is all you. That is all you. It's been you, and it's never going to stop being you. So jump into that thing, man, and follow your heart, follow your dream, man, and go do it. Just go do the thing, bro.
And if you do something and it happens to take you into company that happens not to look like you.
Yep. Come on.
That doesn't make you a sellout.
Nah.
What makes you a sellout is in the times when you can help somebody who looks like you and you don't. And then you're not a sellout, you're sold out.
Ooh, come on, preacher.
So that's what I'm saying. That don't let them get it, man, what they gonna say. Who cares what they gonna say, bruh?
They gonna talk about you anyway.
Where you put it this way, where you gonna be in 5 years? If I'm doing this keeps carrying me here. In 5 years, I could be here. Is that where you want to be? Well, yeah, that's where I want to be. But who cares what they want to say?
Yeah,
I can't hear you hating on me from where I'm at. It's too high.
Too high up, baby.
Yeah,
Sound like
I can't hear the hate from down there.
Nah,
man, I'm not down there.
Can you hear cars running from an airplane?
No. You feel what I'm
don't
saying?
care how big the motor is. You can't hear it up
Come
there.
on, baby. Dogs don't chase parked cars.
At all. Yo, what up, man? It's your boy B.A.Barber. Thank you for watching Metal and Leather Media. And be sure to follow, like, and subscribe on all social media platforms. Peace.